Are you a new or returning player coming back into Battlefront 2 in 2025? Well, don't fear, because this is the series for you. Welcome to the How To series, where we break down every hero in Battlefront 2, from the dark side to the light side, from saber heroes to blaster heroes. This is the series for you. We will break down every single hero's star cards, abilities, general kit, and strengths and weaknesses. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. What is going on, everybody? My name is Swag and welcome back to another hero guide video, and this time we will be working on our third dark side villain, Kylo Ren. Fun fact, this guy's actually not Sith, even though he has his red lightsabers, and as far as how well he plays in Battlefront, he is very reliant on his force abilities here. He has two, and we will go over his abilities, starting with his pull. Kylo Ren uses the Force to pull enemies ahead of their feet and towards him. Something about this pull ability is quite mobile actually to use, because with most Force abilities, the exception being Luke with his push, you can only do the Force ability from the ground. Like you will play an animation and you are locked on the ground on your feet. With Kylo's freeze and pull, you can use those while you are in the sky, which is just a nice little mobility thing you can use. So while you're maybe running back and retreating, you can turn around and do like a quick pull and like trick your opponent into thinking you're running away. But in reality, you're just tricking them so that you can pull them towards you. The only thing is, if the enemy expects you to jump in the sky and do the pull, it can be baited. So you use the pull and then you know they're blocking. Just something to keep in mind is understanding the timing and making sure your opponent doesn't block while you're using these abilities. His next ability, Frenzy. Kylo Ren enters a frenzied rage and leaps from enemy to enemy, striking them with his lightsaber and reducing damage dealt to him. So, based on what this says, and based on fighting so many Kylo Rens and wondering why my parries do absolutely no damage, the ability states that it gives you reduced damage, which is great. So there's no cards needed to give him damage reduction. It already gives him damage reduction when you use his middle ability. And Frenzy, on its own, will do 3 attacks, of which the first 2 will not go through block, and the final one will. Now you can also do some Kylo Ren tech where if you dodge at the right time and twist your camera around or do this voodoo magic, you will instead do 4 attacks where the first 2 will not go through the block, but the last 2 will. The only issue with Frenzy is that you are locked in that animation. When you do the 3 or 4 attacks, you are locked in that animation, and that animation is pretty damn long, maybe 4 seconds, give or take, of just striking, and you cannot do anything. You cannot cancel it. Or maybe you can, but you need some tech. But in general, you can't cancel that Frenzy. So the problem with Frenzy is that you can get countered with many force abilities, apart from Ray's Mind Trick and whatever Ray does. Many force push abilities can counter Frenzy. Luke's push, Obi-Wan's push, Luke's repulse, Yoda's push, Anakin's pull, Anakin's middle ability. All these force abilities that push you will knock you down, and you cannot stop that. So there's something to kind of know about Frenzy is understanding the timing that you need to use it. If you know your opponent has force abilities ready, like let's say you're playing a Luke who has 2 force abilities and you're using Frenzy and you know the Luke has his repulse and push ready, very likely that when you use your Frenzy, that Luke is going to counter you with a force ability. Especially those at high skill levels, just they will keep their abilities so that they expect the Frenzy, because the Frenzy is one of those things that you need to be aware of in Kylo's kit that's sort of strong, but it's very risky to use in dueling scenarios as well. Freeze. Kylo Ren freezes all his enemies in front of it, immobilizing them for a duration. Very nice if you can catch someone off guard with the freeze, and very nice, you know, if you're retreating, you can use it defensively, freeze someone, and then run away. or offensively, you can freeze someone and then rush towards them, hit them with a basic attack or two. Whenever I use freeze, I notice that I can only hit one basic attack with the freeze when I do a jump attack or go behind them. So it doesn't seem like you can land two basic attacks with the freeze. So you are limited with the amount of combos you can do. But generally speaking, it is a good ability to have and throw every now and then in case your opponent isn't blocking, so that you can get some free damage in and retreat. And just overall, as far as Kylo Ren's kit and his like health regen and whatnot, Kylo's health regen is kind of mid. It's not great. If you lose a big chunk of your HP, you're not going to recover all of it like Obi-Wan or Dooku. He's more got like more level of health regen, so it's sort of weak in that sort of sense. So if you're considering things like health regen in that aspect, Kylo's is kind of in the middle there. And now we are going to talk about his abilities, starting off with resilience. Whenever Kylo Ren is in close proximity of another villain, he receives less damage and deals more damage with his lightsaber strikes. And the purple card is pretty nutty. 10% damage reduction and 20 bonus damage per lightsaber swing. That is a very nice, juicy HVV card to have. Definitely, like, there is another card I think that is also to do with being around villains. Resilience is another one. And man, this card, when you get the purple card, is pretty damn nice to have. Getting intrinsically more bonus damage and more damage reduction, although 10% doesn't seem a lot, is a very good card to have. If you don't want to play into any of the abilities and you just want to go all out for damage, or just to have fun in HVV, this is the card to have. As far as how it goes in trooper modes, you're not really using this card. It's because you need to be in close proximity to a villain, so you need to be staying around your other heroes who are on the map. And I don't know if you want to do that. It's more about like running around and killing whoever you can, and not so much sticking by your teammates in those trooper modes. Closing in, Kylo Ren can leap a longer distance while attacking with his frenzy attack. If you ever notice that you're in a duel or in HVV or maybe in a trooper mode, and you find that you're mashing that L1 R1 and you're not hitting anyone, it's because you're not close enough, right? You need to get closer to land that frenzy or to lock in with the frenzy. And sometimes I feel like the range is just not great on its own. So having closing in, increasing the leaping distance by 40% can be nice to have, especially if you're doing those trooper modes where Kylo Ren's frenzy is very strong and very useful in his kit, and the only kind of way he can really kill anyone. Closing in is very good to have because it guarantees kills on those troopers, and for duelings and HVVs, it guarantees that you land that L1R1 attack. So it's very nice to have. Total control. If Kylo Ren freezes more than 3 enemies, the duration of freeze is longer. Okay, this is a weird but interesting card. I wouldn't say you're landing this card in HVV or dueling because you need 3 minimum enemies, right? Even though in HVV there's 4 enemies, how many of those guys are going to be blocking, right? So very unlikely to land. And in dueling, there's no way you're going to hit this card because you need 3 targets. So this is a trooper mode card only specifically. Can it be nice to have? I suppose if you want to maybe retreat and there's lots of enemies and you find that you're on low HP, so you have to freeze them and then retreat, maybe hide behind some cover or a different structure or something like that, then I can see that, I guess, dependent on the map. Some maps are very open, so it's going to be harder to find cover. Whereas some maps are a little bit more closed in, so it's a little bit easier to hide behind things like hallways and boxes and things like that. So total control can be nice in a scenario where you need to run away. You're not really using it offensively, though. I'd say it's more about like controlling like the defense and like freezing your opponents and then running away, maybe fighting some other opponents or hiding. It's not so much that you freeze them and you kill them because that ruins the point of the extended freeze. That's not really how you play with this card. Solid freeze. Freeze has an increased AoE. The thing with Battlefront 2 is AoE has a very, like sometimes AoE can mean the area around you and sometimes AoE can mean the radius. in the context of AoE, I'm going to assume that it doesn't increase the radius, it's just the area it affects, right? So the area around you. Very good, I suppose, if you want to hit multiple targets who are close by. So that could be through trooper modes, where there's an abundant number of enemies, or you could do things like HVV, in case you're in like a 4v1 situation and you want to hit everyone at once who's really close to you. That also works as well. So solid freeze can be somewhat effective. Power of Darkness. After using Frenzy, Kylo Ren's lightsaber damage is increased for 6 seconds. This, you could actually use this for literally every single game mode, Trooper modes, HVV, and Dueling, because you are going to use Frenzy in all of them, and you are going to be swinging with your lightsaber after you use Frenzy. So it makes sense to use this card because it gives you that bonus damage after using Frenzy. And the timer is 6 seconds, which doesn't seem too much, but it also doesn't seem too little. So it's something you just need to experiment with, especially like how much you swing with and how aggressive you are. Because if you're playing really aggressive and you're guaranteeing those lightsaber hits, you're going to benefit from this bonus damage. Bloodlust. Kylo Ren deals more damage with his frenzy attack, and the bonus is 20 per purple card. So, as I mentioned before with frenzy, you get 3 attacks. We're not going to say 4 because 4 you need to do this voodoo magic. You got to flick your camera. You got to dodge backwards, and we're not doing that stuff. 3 attacks is what you do. So if we're doing 3 attacks and let's say we're hitting every single attack, even though it's unlikely, that's 60 extra damage on a person who isn't blocking. Or let's say they're frozen, you might be able to hit three of those frenzy attacks. In a real scenario, though, it's very unlikely because the first 2 you can block, and then it's just the last one that goes through block. So you're only really doing just 20 extra damage. But anyway, that's the perspective in HVV. As far as trooper modes, this is very good to have because it guarantees those kills on those heavies that are more tougher, they have more HP, and having the extra damage on your frenzy is because frenzy is the main ability you're going to be using to kill those troopers, right? The freeze and the pull, they do nothing as far as killing opponents. So you're going to have to play into frenzy, and we want to buff our frenzy card as much as possible in those trooper modes, and this is going to increase the damage we do for every hit of frenzy, which is nice because we need to guarantee those kills, and so these heavies will die. Harsh pull. Pull will deal more damage to enemies. This is weird because it says it does 50 extra damage. Pull on its own does no damage. Well, it does a bit of damage, but it's so minuscule it doesn't really matter. So now it does 50 extra damage, which does now sound a bit more chunkier. But still, I don't think playing into his pull is something you should do. I suppose if you're going for all out damage in those trooper modes, you could maybe argue harsh pull would be nice to do. Maybe when your frenzy isn't active and you do have your pull ready, you can pull them and then you'll do some damage and then you finish them off with lightsabers. That I could see that argument. As far as HVV, I wouldn't really go as far as saying harsh pull is the goated god tier card, because the thing with those Kylo Ren's force abilities is they can be quite readable. And so it's very unlikely you're going to land those attacks. But in the scenario you do land a freeze and then you do the pull, I guess you would benefit from the 50 bonus damage, but I don't know. Something about this card just doesn't seem right. If you like the pull, the bonus damage is going to greatly benefit you. Power Reach. Pull has an increased AoE. This card I know increases your radius. It's not the area around you. So, like, Battlefront 2 has some weird things with AoE. Sometimes it means radius, sometimes it means area around you. This card increases the range, I'm pretty sure. I haven't played Kylo for a while, guys, I'm sorry. This, in the case it does increase range, which I'm sorry if it doesn't, because I don't remember, is very nice to have. Like Anakin's Extended Reach card, which I've forgotten the name of, but it increases the range of his pull dominance. The same aspect applies to here, where you get extra range on your pull, and so the same argument we made for Anakin, If opponents don't expect you to pull them from very far away, they're going to unblock because they don't expect the range of the power reach to be so high. In that case, you can catch them off guard and pull them towards you while they are not blocking because they don't expect it. If they don't expect it, you pull them, and now you have your opponents in the pull. And now they're coming towards you, and then you can do a freeze or just do a jump attack and try and hit them in the pull. Whatever you want, the extra range is nice. And finally, Berserking Tantrum. Kylo Ren's lightsaber strikes drain less stamina, and a pub card is 20%. Honestly, good card to have. If you feel like stamina is an issue, once again, as I always suggest in all the hero guide videos, and when there's a stamina card present, if you find that stamina is a struggling point for you, have a stamina card available for you. It's going to help you decrease the stamina you drain, allow you to swing more hits in, and allow you to block for a longer duration. This is a very nice thing to have if you are struggling with stamina. Otherwise, if you can manage stamina, this is not necessary. Okay, what are the HVV cards to use? Well, there are loads of different plays with these cards you could go for, to be honest. I mean, I can definitely see a resilience being used in HVV. I could see you going for a full-on frenzy build. That 100% makes sense. Some Kylo Ren players I see go into that pull, so they go for power reach and harsh pull, and then maybe resilience as well on top of that. I mean, there is so many different play styles you can do for him. It's really hard to say which one is the best. I think power reach is good for catching them off guard. In HVV, resilience makes sense. Maybe solid freeze or closing in. There's so many different combos you could do with his cards. It's honestly unreal. If we go for it, let's go for a force ability card. So we go solid freeze, power reach, and resilience in like a HVV aspect. In dueling, since everyone's going to be like dueling and stuff like that, you want to get rid of resilience because you are not going to be in close proximity with another villain unless you go next to your teammate or something like that. But I wouldn't recommend resilience in dueling. So instead, for dueling, you can play into Berserking Tantrum. You could, since you're going to be close up, you might not want to do the solid. I mean, it depends if you're playing far away. Since your opponent is going to be constantly blocking, unlikely you're going to land the reach and the pull and the freeze. So we're going to play into the frenzy now. For frenzy, you could do Power of Darkness, so that your basic attack damage increases, and Bloodlust. This is what I could use for dueling specifically because these force abilities are you're very unlikely to land, so that immediately eliminates 4 cards. You could substitute one of them for closing in. I can see that. If you find that your L1R1 just doesn't land, you just need to get closer, man. So if you think the range is a problem, then you could put closing in for one of these cards. So that is for dueling. For trooper modes, well, we're only changing one card. Closing in. We are going for the full frenzy build because all these other cards, the freeze and the pull, just the reason why we're using frenzy is because frenzy is the only thing that one-shots. The pull and the freeze does no damage, so we don't need to buff the no damage further, right? Except with the exception of pull. I mean, this triple frenzy build that you do is just so nice. Getting the extra range, getting the extra damage in there, then having extra basic attack damage in case anyone lives. It's just very nice to have. And I mean, maybe if you find, I mean, I generally don't think you need to substitute any of these cards. If you like the pull, I could see you playing into harsh pull, I suppose, for the extra 50 damage. But really, you want to play into that frenzy because the frenzy is the main thing you're going to be using to kill your troopers because it one-shots everything. Especially with these cards, it will guarantee those kills and it will kill those heavies, which is the main thing we want to deal with. Those heavies who are very tanky and have a lot of health, these cards should deal with the heavies. If not, you have the extra damage from your frenzy from this card to help you finish them off. All right, so that's been our guide as far as the different cards and abilities that we have for him. I'm now going to jump into a HVV game with Kylo so that I can showcase him with a nice little custom build that I'm going to do. So don't judge, and we'll hopefully win this one. For some reason, also the audio just, like I noticed in the recording, plays like twice for the announcer and the lightsaber swing, so I don't know what's up with that. So I tried reducing the volume to see if it would change, but I don't know if it will, probably won't. We do like we have a good matchup. I think the Luke is the 165, and I want to fight him more. So, the dark side. Kylo Ren, not someone I typically use. Okay, we're getting bum rushed. Oh, the Anakin is a... Oh, he fucked up. 1, 2, 3. Nice, we got the Anakin. Who was that? Oh, that was level 28, okay. Him with that. Nice, getting some good hits in. Our card next to our other villains is kicking in. She's stacking me. I don't know why I pulled her there. She's gonna frenzy. She's gonna cook me. Oh, I get the kill. Nice. Look at that crispy, juicy tender. I'm gonna kill the Chewie. Get a hit in for him. And he's dead. Nice, good work, team. Pretty annoying team. I want to fight. Oh, they're on comms. What? Oh, bitch. Okay, those two are... Oh, God. 1, 2... Oh. Okay, the Anakin is on me. Fuck me. I will block because my HP is not great. Oh, come on, dude. Okay. It's gonna be a weird game because everyone... Well, we got blaster heroes on the enemy team. I'll freeze you. Great. Great. Why are these two hiding in a room together? This guy apparently knows how to hook swing. Or so I thought. He might be blindly hook swinging. Oh, I just did the same thing. Yeah, I'm not like guaranteeing those hits on those abilities. But Palpatine is being annoying. Which is good. I think... Why are they just hiding in that room? We will kill them all! Oh, you're dead. You have to be dead. Nice. Oh. An absolute slaughter. Get over here. Oh, I didn't... Oh, yes. Oh, my good God. Yeah, I think our first card is just kicking in so differently. Who the hell invited this little droid? You little thing. You little critter. Save on all. I feel like the freeze is a bit... The landing is a bit weird. Freeze everyone. I mean... When you have a Palpatine on a team who's just so annoying... It's kind of unfair for them. That's probably why they switched to Yoda. Okay. Get over here. Nice. Good job, Maul. Don't get hit by that. Kill her. There we go. When is he going to use his shoulder charge? Oh, there, he got us both. Yeah, he's dead. Game over, pal. Nice. Oh, we got a parry off. How's the parry game? Shit, not great. Okay. God damn it. Oh, who is blessing me? 1, 2. Landed the first two, they dodged the last one. Oh, shoot. Oh, God, okay. A level 200 Han Solo, huh? Alright. Oh, the Palpatine switched. Oh, that's not good. They have a pretty stacked team now. 250. Anakin. Oh. Oh, yeah. When you can freeze them, if you don't hit them with your lightsaber swings, they won't get knocked out of the freeze. So that can leave like your Palpatine and Iden and whoever to just keep blitzing them with bullets. And it's gonna be a long day for them. Oh, my frenzy cancelled that. I don't know why. Where is the Yoda? No, do not run. Little gremlin. I will hunt you down. Doesn't feel like I'm landing those hook swings with him for some reason. He's not. Okay. I was nowhere near that. He's got the triple dodge. Damn it, dude. The Anakin was there. Would have got him. The hook swing game is not... Okay, I overestimate the range there. 1, 2... He's just let me hit that. What? Shoot. I wanna bait his... Okay, he's not falling for it. I see an Anakin. Well, okay, I need that support. Oh my god. Ah, the Han Solo is ruining the experience because I cannot do anything. Holy hell. Woof. Hello. Oh, I got 2 hits in there from behind. Okay. Oh, we get a stagger. Nice. 2, 3. Nice. There we go. That's a good one.
Finally, some actual fighting.
Yeah, unlucky pal. Nice. Freeze. 2, 3. Nice. Kill the Han. 1, 2. Oh, think of that. He gets the shoulder charge. Nice. Make sure we save him. Woo! Damn. 1, 2. Oh, we're going to land 2. Or 1. Okay, everyone is dodging. Everyone's after me. Woo! Ugh! Okay, the Han Solo is only targeting me, bro. Okay, we have a Vader finally. We will win this game. Let's get rid of you. Yeah, I can get 2 hits in there. 1, 2, yeah, nice. And the Rey's behind. Parry game. Oh, I haven't done a single parry with her. Nice. Okay, we win. Top of the leaderboard. Their Han Solo is obviously top because he did the most damage. I have done the most lightsaber damage, which is nice. So as far as lightsaber dueling, he's pretty damn nice, pretty damn good. But I was in a HVV aspect where my first card was really benefiting from being around my teammates, which is why I got the damage reduction and extra damage there. And I was playing into the force abilities as well. When my opponents were further away, I was using the force pull, so yeah. But loads of different builds you can do with this guy, and he is super nice to play in HVV. In dueling, he's aight. He's not bad. It's just his force abilities. His two force abilities are very readable, so you can block those, which means his frenzy is his only thing, but then you can counter his frenzy, so like none of it is useful, but nah, it is what it is. That has been Kylo Ren, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next one. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.